Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for another vlog. We only have one more of these, I'm pretty sure, between now and Legion. Wait, so if Legion comes out on a Tuesday, and it's Tuesday the 30th, so there's today, there's next week's vlog, which will be out on the 26th. I'm probably gonna have to record that a little early because I am out of town next weekend, so it might be like a from the past kind of thing, which will be really spooky if there's like a extinction event. And then yeah, it's Legion. So there's only one more after this one between now and Legion, which is just the weirdest thing. But we'll get to that in a minute. This week I got super lucky, super lucky. Okay, so I'll back up and tell the story. So yesterday actually. So yesterday, normally on a weekday, I won't I have kind of an addiction to napping. In that, I guess it's not an addiction. I just really like naps. Naps are wonderful. You cuddle up in the bed, the cat gets into bed with me, I read for a little bit, and then I just fall asleep, and it's just the best feeling ever. But I try not to do it on weekdays because it tends to kind of eat up my workday, and I'm always like, oh no, I'm just gonna nap, and then I'll be all rejuvenated, and then I'll work more. But when I wake up, it's like dinner time, and then it's just over. So I usually don't nap during workdays, but yesterday I finished everything early, and I took an afternoon nap, and that meant that in the evening, it was way too hot for me to sleep, and I couldn't sleep anyways because I kind of napped for a long time in the afternoon. So I was looking around for something to do, and there wasn't really anybody on for Overwatch, and my guild really wasn't doing much. So I was just kind of you know what, I'm just going to do some archaeology. I'm just going to fly around on my dwarf because I have a separate toon for archaeology because I'm that cool. And do some digging in Draenor, try to fill up my garrison hall a little bit, turn some stuff in for those restored artifacts. And then with those, what I've been doing is I've been just buying boxes of Tol'vir fragments to try and farm for the Scepter of Azjakir. And turns out, I procced it. I was just doing that, and I turned in some boxes, and I made some sand scarab mosaics, or whatever the hell that you make in Tol'vir Archaeology. And then it was Scepter of Azjakir, and I'm like, is that the mount? I asked my guild, and they said no, because they hate me. And it turns out it is the mount, so I ended up having to stay up really late, because I didn't proc that until 12:30 in the morning, and then you can't just go to bed after you've done that. You have to stay up and finish the archaeology to actually make the mount. So I ended up staying up late and crafting my Scepter of Azjakir. So now I have an Ultramarine Karaji battle tank, which is the blue bug mount that you can ride outside of. You don't have to be on Karaj, which is super cool. I know a lot of people hate me now because I'm super lucky. It's really rare. It's probably the rarest thing you can get from archaeology. I think it is the rarest thing you can get from archaeology, closely tied with that Zandalari sword that everybody wants. And the reason I feel a little guilty about it is because I've been farming it kind of on and off very vaguely for, years, but there are people that want it so much worse than me that have put in so much more time, and it just kind of happened. And that's the nature of RG, but yeah, I got myself a Karaja battle tank, so even though I do have the Greening Reaver shot mount and that one that can fly and it is a lot flashier, I will be riding that blue bug for a long time, just because it's so swag. Because everybody wants it, which means it's swaggier, which is a concept that I think Blizzard understands well. So yeah, I got that. Hearthstone, the second wing of the Karazhan came out. If you haven't gotten, if you play Hearthstone but you haven't gotten the party in Karazhan, one night in Karazhan yet, you have to. It's so good. I think this new wing is the opera wing, so you get to fight Romulo and Julianne, and then the big bad wolf and stuff. And these fights are so well done in a way that's both refreshing and entertaining. They're really fun. You get some cool new cards out of it that you're gonna want anyways if you're trying to keep up with the meta. And between the first wing and the second wing, this has to be the best adventure they've ever done. I think that they've really, I don't know if they got somebody new on the team or if somebody, took some really good drugs and had some amazing ideas or what, but this is just the coolest single-player Hearthstone experience they've ever made. So I strongly recommend it. If you haven't done that yet, you should get on it, because Wing 2's out and it's awesome, and there's still time to be fresh at the bit for Wing 3. I think it's too late if you want the card back. I think you had to buy that last week if you wanted the Hearthstone card back, but there's a billion card backs anyway, so you're probably getting fine. In Overwatch, I'm really excited for Overwatch Season 2. So Overwatch Season 1 has ended. I ended at a rank of 50, which was my highest rank. I know that's not amazing. That's pretty solidly smack dab middle average, but I was really proud of myself just because I didn't, going into Overwatch, I had no shooter experience. I still can't aim for hell. I tried changing my sensitivity. I've done a lot of practice. I've played a lot of games, still can't aim. So I was quite proud of myself with rank 50. Most of my competitive matches were on Lucio Mercy. I think all of them were on Lucio Mercy. I think I played a couple of Zarya games when both support slots were already filled, but It's pretty much what it's been, and I'm really excited for Season 2 because of the changes that they're making to the rating system. Instead of it being like a 1 to 50 and then having half of the player base be between 45 and 55, it's going from, I think, 1 to 5,000. They're expanding it by a big factor. So that every time you win or lose a game, you're going up and down solid ranks as opposed to like partial ranks, which I think that'll feel a lot better. They are implementing rating. I don't know what the word is, but you can't group with a friend if they are drastically different rating than you. There is a certain window, I believe it's 500 rating, that you have to be within of your friends in order to play with them. And I do understand that's limiting for people that want to play with their super good friends, but there's no really good way to balance that because of the way a really good player can carry at a lower MMR and the way the really bad player can kind of tank the team and become can actually feed into the enemy ult. There's no really good way to balance having teams that are broken like that, so I'm happy for that. They're removing sudden death, I believe. They're resolving that with some kind of time bank mechanic. I don't fully understand that, but I'm sure I'll get it once it comes out. And then competitive points are being increased by 10. Oh, and balance changes. They are nerfing the tits off Genji. Genji wasn't really a big problem for me because I was playing in that kind of average 50-ish bracket, and I've also played a lot of quick play. So Genji was annoying, especially as a support, because I'm hanging in the back of Mercy. I'm like, hello, there's Genji, hello, hello. And, my team's just like, who knows? Who knows where they are? But from what I hear at higher levels of competitive Overwatch, Genji was a real problem. So he's getting nerfed significantly. His ult is getting nerfed. His dash is getting nerfed. His double jump, wall climb, triple jump thing's getting nerfed. His animation cancel combo melee swords thing. I don't know. I don't play Genji. But he's getting nerfed, so he should be calmed down a little bit. And then they're buffing Mercy so that her healing beam, I believe, is going from 50 HPS to like 70 HPS, something like that, to really solidify her role as that single target healer. And I'm really excited about that because this most recent patch didn't have a whole lot of Mercy. Lucio became more prominent, especially in a Genji heavy meta. And they're nerfing Lucio's speed boost a little bit as well. So I think Mercy's going to make a comeback, which is great because she is my favorite. I do have the most time on her. And the only other thing for me to do in Overwatch is try and find some time to practice Ana because I love Ana. She is so much fun. Her toolkit feels so good. But I'm so bad. I've lost so many people. There's just like a low health teammate not very far in front of me, not even moving that much, and they're just fighting with some guy, and all I have to do is hit them with 1, maybe 2 darts, and they'll win that fight, and I just fire like 5 right past them, and you just see a dart whizzing in front of their nose, and then behind their butt, and then like in front of their knees, and I'm just like, oh no, and then they die, and then I just hate myself. So I gotta practice on it, because my lack of aim makes it real hard to play her, but she's so good. So yeah, also speaking of Overwatch, they released at Gamescom yesterday the Last Bastion cinematic, which I've been waiting for ever since they started teasing it. I don't have strong feelings about Bastion. He's not my favorite hero, but he's not my least favorite hero. He's a cute concept. But oh my goodness, I had so many feelings. I didn't expect to have so many feelings for a murder robot. But if you haven't, I won't spoil anything, but if you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch it. You're watching me on YouTube right now, so there's really no excuse. You should go watch it. It's great, and they're releasing a Ganymede plush, like the little Bastion's little birdie. They're releasing a plush of him to go with him. And if I had exorbitant amounts of money to blow on plushes, I would probably have all of them because Blizzard makes a lot of really cute plushes. But right now I've got 3, and they're kind of expensive, especially once you get them shipped and everything. They're very high quality, don't get me wrong, but they don't do much aside from sit around and look cute. So that's kind of in the far future. But yeah, The Last Bastion was awesome, and if it were up to me, they would just keep making those Overwatch cinematics like 1 a week until the end of time. I know that's physically impossible, but they're just so cool, and I love the Overwatch lore, and those cinematics just do so much for world building and really make the history of the Overwatch universe feel more real to me. So I can't wait for more. I love them all. I hope that each and every hero makes an appearance in at least one of them. And I really want to see a good Mercy one, and then maybe like a Mei. I think Mei would be cool. They'd all be cool. Who am I kidding? They're all cool. So that's that. In real life, I am hiding inside because it was 104 degrees yesterday. It's 103 degrees today. And it's gonna be 100 and something degrees tomorrow. So it's too hot. It is certifiably too hot. My poor Canadian soul is not built for this. I have friends in California and they think I'm a big giant wimp. But it's too hot. I don't know how you people in like California and Arizona and Florida and other parts of the world where it just gets this hot, like 38, 40 degrees Celsius. That's too much. So I'm just really thankful for my AC and gonna be hiding inside and drinking iced tea for a couple days. which really kicks me in my Pokemon Go. I'm itching to play Pokemon Go. I'm hoping to get some in on my trip. Obviously not too much because we're going to be busy with like the wedding, and I'm not going to be like catching a Squirtle during the wedding. That would be incredibly inappropriate. But I have this big itch to play Pokemon Go, and I just can't because it's too hot. We go every morning, but that's about it. So yeah, there's 11 days. 11 days until Legion. That's just unreal. Like, days just go so fast for me. I think that's part of getting older, is that days, like, they're a smaller percentage of your overall lifespan as, like, the older you get. So, as you get older, they start, like, zooming right past, which is terrifying. But it's going to be Legion, and we're going to be, like, leveling and grinding artifact power, and I'm going to be trying to learn how to PvP again, which is going to be super stressful, but I'm going to really put some effort into it and hopefully get back to a place where I feel good about myself there. And there's going to be new pets to collect, and there's going to be pet battles to do, and there's going to be family familiar strats to come up with, which is going to take me 10 years. And, oh my gosh, it's just going to be so much going on. I'm going to be so busy. It's going to be great. Oh, I gotta wait, though. I'm kind of filling my time in WoW, like, in between now and then. There isn't that much time left, but I've been back to transmog runs. The Monar's Wardrobe Helper is an awesome add-on, and it'll show you what percentage of, like, completion you have for collecting all of the appearances that you can get in a given character from each instance. So that's been really good for just going through and finding out which dungeons have the most stuff left for me and which raids and where to get all the stuff. So yeah, lots of transmog collecting. Questions for this week. Ulas asks, what do you think about farming pet charms in Legion? So pet charms in Legion, you can still get them from the Warlord sources, but those sources are cut in half. You will get half as many pet charms from doing Warlord dailies as you would have previously, so I do not think it is worth going back and doing WoD dailies unless you are dying for pet charms. The best way to farm pet charms in Legion is just going to be to keep up with your world quests. Not every world quest will give you pet charms, but when you do get one that gives you pet charms, it's really hard to say when that comes up, but when you do get one that gives you pet charms, it's going to give you I usually get between 7 and 14 pet charms, so quite a few of them, to make up for the fact that you don't have, 5 or 6 dailies to go do every day. Every day, once you're at 110, you will have 3 different pet battles to go do. And I found on average one of them would give, usually I would get a quality upgrade stone from one of them, and then maybe some bandages from another one, and then the third one would usually give me pet charms, but that varies based on which ones come up, so that's the only way, that's really the only way to do it. There isn't really going to be much farming pet charms. It's going to be just keeping up with your dailies. And there's not that much to spend your pet charms on anyway, so I don't think they're going to be a great big deal. You'll still have the same things, and I made a video showing exactly what you can buy with pet charms in Legion. But there's going to be a couple new pets, there's going to be one new toy, and then aside from that, you're just going to be getting new quality and level upgrade stones, just like you were before, to help you perfect the new collection of new pets you're going to collect. So that's that. Just a Bit Flat asks, what happened to Hazelnutty Life? Too busy with videos for your main channel? Yes. Yes, I am. So when I first launched Hazelnutty Life, I think I launched it too early. I should have waited until after I got settled in Legion and done with the Legion guides, I guess. I had so many ideas, and I still do, but I have this big kind of mental list of video things that I want to do, and Hazelnutty Life stuff is like right at the bottom of it. So right now that channel is pretty much a dumping ground. If I get a cute video of my cat, I will probably put it up there. But aside from that, no immediate plans, which is a shame because I want to do some cooking videos just to show you guys all of the favorite things that I make to eat. But between the amount of time it would take to make those and the fact that, it's harder to make a video that you've never made before. I can pump out a pet battle video pretty quickly because I've done it 100 odd times before. I have, a routine set up. For filming a cooking thing, I would need to actually I need to get a camera into my kitchen. I need to figure out what the layout is. I need to figure out how I want to edit it. I need to figure out how to record the voice thing if I do it there, if I do it at my desk. There's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to happen for something that I don't even think is going to be that valuable. But it is going to happen one day. Just don't hold your breath on that one. Scotju asks, Hazel, who is your main toon? So this question is tricky just because there's PvE and there's PvP, and I do both of them quite dedicatedly. Is that a word? I don't think so. So my raiding main is my Shadow Priest. She is Hazel with a bunch of L's and a bunch of E's. It's hard to make different ways to spell Hazel on Lightbringer. And that's my raiding Shadow Priest. Sometimes she heals if my guild needs me to, but for the most part, I just do the damage. And then my PvP main is a Resto Druid. I have a bunch of those. I think, at least, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 of them now. I have 5 Resto Druids at level 100. And the main one would be either Hazel or Hazelgasm on Lightbringer. I haven't decided. I always thought that if I got Gladiator in one of those, that one would become my new main. But the way I've been doing it in the last couple seasons is whenever I got a higher rating on one, that would be my new main. So I'd get to like 2400 and be like, all right, this is my main. Then I'd log on my other one to do alt games. The alt games would go really well, and I would get like 2500 and be like, well, crap. So one of those two druids. So I think I'm allowed to have two mains just because they're for different things. I definitely could not PvP on my Shadow Priest, and I don't raid very well on my Rusted Druid. So that is that. If any of you have any questions you would like answered on a vlog, just leave them as comments on the most recent vlog. You only have until Wednesday to leave comments this time because, like I said, I will be recording next week's vlog early because I need to get it done before I leave to visit Canada and my family, which I'm doing I'll be gone from the 25th until the 29th. So we get back and then it's Legion. Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.